What's up, hobby friends? My name is Casey, and this is eBay Miniature Rescues. This week, we get some reinforcements for the sweet Deathguard army. So, a couple of videos ago, Baby Diaries 3 or 4, I don't remember which one, I went to all the hobby shops in my local area. Now, this was pretty much an all-day thing. I had to drive around to each one and try and find specific models. I did end up picking up one model, this Tallyman model for the Deathguard army. Now, I still haven't put that together, but what I was really looking for were Blightlord Terminators, or some kind of Terminators for the Deathguard army. I thought, if I have tanks, I have a defiler, I have all of these other things, maybe I can get a little more variety out of it and get something that kind of lowers the model count. If the power level is higher per model, it's less models to paint to get to 2,000 points. Now, I don't know if it's competitive or not, or whatever the case is. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want to have fun. All that being said, I think we need to start this week off with mail time, because I got some stuff in the mail. So the team over at warpfireminis.com saw that video, my plight to get Blightlord Terminators, and kindly sent me 2 boxes of Deathguard Blightlord Terminators. They also sent some sweet dice, which I can never get enough of sweet dice, especially the nicely branded ones too. These are the kind of thicker big ones, and I always like that. And this is new for them too. I haven't seen this before. These are laser cut MDF measuring sticks. You know, you got your 3 inches to pile in, you got your 1/2 inch to make sure you can, 2 inches or 1 inch attack. Really handy, awesome tabletop device. They also have some really nice programs on their website if you are into selling and buying old miniatures. So I highly recommend checking out warpfireminis.com. Just show them some love, get some stuff off their store, support a local. They're a local in Florida. I am not from Florida, but the plan is to go visit at some point, so we'll see. I also got one other thing in the mail, but I have to show you the thing that it goes to before I can show you the thing, if you know what I mean. So let's check it out. This is sweet. Okay, so I bought something a while back, and I haven't actually bothered mentioning it to anybody because I wanted to keep it secret for a special project. Okay. So you can already see that this is a very large base, which can really only mean a couple of things. Yes. So I bought this guy on eBay for 65 bucks. Pretty much everything is included except for, I think the shoulder pads aren't in here. I think that was the only thing that wasn't in here. It's got guns, it's got all the stuff except for the shoulder pads. So that's what's missing. Good news is I actually have the shoulder pads, so don't have to worry about that. And the best part is that we're going to be converting this in sort of a manner into a renegade knight for this Deathguard army. I have no idea how to play a knight in an army. I don't know. I mean, I know it's a thing, but is it actually a thing? It's a thing? I don't even care if it's a thing. It's going to be fun. So that's what we're going to be working on this week for the most part. I've got the other part of the mailbag that goes with this model. So let me show you that, and you can kind of get an idea of the scale that we're going to be working with. Super excited. So first and foremost, these I bought specifically for this project. A little bit difficult to tell what this is supposed to be. Some of you may have guessed, perhaps. This might give it away. This is a Chaos Shield, specifically made for knights. Now all of this stuff is from a company called Toro Model Maker. I bought all of this to do a conversion for this knight. I even got a head, like a servo head in there. Basically, this is going to be our starting point for this knight, and I am beyond excited to get working on this. So those are the two projects that I really want to get going on this week. We need to build Plague Blightlord Terminators, because that's sweet. We need to get those prepped just like the rest of the army. That's a lot of work because, like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of building stuff, but I think there's 10 total models, so it's really not a big deal. The other half of that is getting the knight prepped. I know that I'm missing some pieces. I think I have everything, but there might still be some stuff missing. So we're going to see how much I can put together, how much stuff I can get done this week, and really kind of get a plan going for this model, because this is going to be, besides Morty, which I'm still going to get there. Still going to get there on those wings. Besides Morty, this is going to be the standout piece. Again, I have no idea if I can even run this in an army, if it's ever going to see the tabletop, but for my own personal collection, I have to do something because, well, the last time I built a knight, I really regretted selling it, like a lot. At the time, it seemed fine. You know, it was kind of, that was the idea, that was the purpose. It was funding this channel. It still technically did. It funded this channel, got more models and kept things going. But, you know, doing this and selling models pretty often, there are just some times when you sell a model that you kind of wish you hadn't. And, yeah, I'm going to try and not necessarily recreate that magic, but something pretty cool that I can still be happy with that will go in my army. So let's get down to pulling all the pieces out, seeing what we need to do, and kind of get started. All right, left in her. So I just realized that I'm completely out of super glue, and that's what you need to put together high quality resin models. So I'm gonna hop in the party van and get some glue.
"3,000 miles from home, trying to say that I will get there soon.
Alright, so we picked up a few pretty fun things. Now, obviously, showed you a little bit. Got these wire brushes. There's some varying thicknesses and hardnesses. So these will be good for like stripping models and scrubbing them, but you know, being relatively delicate with it, but trying to get in there. I saw this. I kind of knew I needed to buy it. It's a gardening floral garden dome, but this would make a really cool little diorama piece that do something with. So, you know, maybe next week, week after, something like that, we'll play around with this. That sounds fun. And of course, for that, LEDs and foam. You can cut some foam down, build a little thing. But most importantly, the super glue. Personally, I like crazy glue because it's at the dollar store. You go to corner stores, most big box stores, whatever. These things are like $2-3 a piece. It's $1 at the dollar store. That's insane. So I like to buy a few, put them in the drawer. They come in handy quite often. So now that we have the super glue, let's get back to work on this model. I've cleaned up the shield, you know, got rid of all the stuff in the way, got the hand out so you can see there's a hand that is going to be magnetized. We've got some pretty beefy magnets here. Hopefully it will be enough to hold this shield on to this arm. I'm thinking it will be. It'd be nice to just be able to take it off, you know, just because I don't work with magnets a whole lot. So I'm trying to find excuses to use them more often. Now I scratched up the bottom of this magnet, super glued it in pretty good, and I'm hoping that that's gonna hold. I also have a cap. This actually comes with a cap for this thing. And I don't know, maybe this will deaden the magnet, maybe it won't. Kind of looks cool just poking out. I think once it's painted and it's not a metal magnet, it still look pretty good. But I'm gonna try it with the cap, and then if I have to break it off, I'll break it off. That's fine. But it looks pretty cool so far. I got this hand kind of just in a pose, nice like grippy pose. He's gonna be holding the shield on his arm. So for now, the goal is to pretty much just get as much as I can put together, because I don't really know what this thing is gonna look like. I don't know how far I want to take this into Renegade Chaos Knight territory. The Renegade Knight kits come with a whole bunch of extra bits. There's all sorts of spikes and all sorts of weird stuff on them. Doing a Nurgle army, where it's predominantly kind of gross guts and spikes and whatever, I don't necessarily want to take this really cool model and do a bunch of really bad green stuff work on top of it. That being said, I'm gonna try and get this thing assembled, start thinking about color, start thinking about what we really want to do, and then go from there. Because I want to put some time into this. This ended up being, so normally I rescue a model, you know, I paid $65 for this night, which is such a sweet deal because they're $120 brand new. So I got half off on this thing, and yeah, I was missing shoulder pads, but whatever, you know, you can find those for a couple bucks. The thing is, with the extra bits that I'm adding to it, this model is going to be like way more expensive. And again, I want to put this in my army. I want it to be a thing because I'm still sad about that other night that I sold. Not that I regret it, you know, completely. It's just, I'm sad. So, you know, we'll keep going. We'll see how it looks, where we want to go from there. At least try and get it assembled, because that's really, you know, it's a satisfying part. And then looks like it's supposed to. So let's go from there. Yeah. So we're actually going to put a pause on this night for now, because I've got a friend who is going to be helping me out doing some fancy parts essentially, to convert this into more of a Nurgle Renegade Knight. And I can't really talk about it right now, unfortunately, but it's gonna be sweet. So subscribe if you haven't, because it's probably gonna be the most epic project I've done. So, the baby is seemingly asleep in the office. We're gonna do something quiet, because I don't want to wake her up. We're gonna put together Blightlords, courtesy of Warpfire Minis.com. Thanks again, guys. Let's try and, let's get this done. Yeah, I think this is gonna be excellent. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Bye. Alright, now that we have these Blightlords pretty much primed and ready to go, I need to actually add the brown paint that's going to be the undercoat for our chipping. I ran out of the spray paint that I had, so I'm just going to go in with some MIG rust paint, basically. It's just brown. We're going to shoot that through the airbrush, and then we're going to do the chipping medium on top of all of that so we can come back. That should finish off our Blightlords and pretty much wrap up day 2. So let's get to that, and then we'll have a little chat. Okay, now that we have the brown, which is going to throw this out there, but this MIG brush and airbrush rusty brown, old rust, looks exactly like AK's rusty base coat. This is a $4 bottle. This is a $12 bottle. Just throwing that out there. All right, chipping medium. Okay, so I think we've pretty much wrapped up day 2. Anyways, I think we pretty much wrapped up day 2. We got some Blightlords taken care of. We got them primed. We got them weathered, ready to go for paint. The knight is basically ready to go. Like I said, there's some more parts incoming for this knight, so I'm not going to go too in depth too quickly on this one, partially because we want to take our time. The other reason is that there will be more added to the model, so I don't want to overdo it now and you know, get to the end and be like, oh, we gotta swap everything out and start over. So I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, thank you again for joining me on another miniature rescue. If you like something about this video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, as it really helps out the channel. Once again, I'm Casey, and I will see you in the next video.